Good day, ma'am. So, in this video, I'll be talking about what I have learned in the 2 video links provided by you, ma'am. So, the first is the forensic photographer. In order to qualify as a forensic photographer, one must possess the following traits. First is the technical skills. So, a person must know how to operate or how the camera works. Second is the knowledge in photography. So, kailangan po in order to become a qualified forensic photographer, kailangan may alam ka sa photography. Next is ang experience. Kailangan po may experience ka. Kasi sinasabi nila na ang experience daw is the best teacher. Kung wala ka nito, hindi ka pwedeng maging isang forensic photographer. So, fourth is the attention to details. Kailangan po maging meticuloso ka sa pagkuha mo ng larawan sa crime scene. So, 'di ba? Dahil yan yung gamitin natin yan. Ang mga makukunan mo sa crime scene is gagamitin talaga yan para mapatunayan ang guilt or innocence ng isang tao. Yan po. O kailangan pong wala kang ma-mislook or ma-overlook doon sa crime scene. Then, fifth is the photograph will stand up in court. Yung photograph ng isang forensic photographer ay gagamitin yan para po mapatunayan ang guilt or innocence ng isang tao. And next, to obtain such qualification, one must begin in acquiring knowledge and technical skills in the following areas of photography. So may shampoo. First is the light and lenses. Second is the cameras. Third is the exposure. Fourth is the films. Fifth is the darkroom utilization. Sixth is the chemical preparation. 7 is the film and photographic paper development. 8 is the negatives. 9 is the enlargement or printing. So let's proceed kung ano nga ba ang photograph. Yun yung natutunan ko sa video. Ang photograph is a mechanical result of photography. Hindi po siya picture, hindi po siya image, hindi po siya photograph po ang tawag sa kanya. Yun po, in order to produce a photograph po, kailangan po natin ng ilaw. Kasi kung walang ilaw, wala naman po tayong makikita, diba? The same as the camera, walang makikita ang camera kung walang light. So, ang light radiated or reflected by the object must reach sensitized material or the film in controlled amount. So, in order po makakapture tayo ng isang litrato, kailangan po ng ilaw. And na mag-reflect sa object, diba? Kailangan po yan. The amount of light enters the film is controlled by the lens. So, ang purpose po ng lens is nagko-control siya ng amount ng light na papasok doon sa film upang maka-capture tayo ng litrato. Then, light. Ano nga ba ang light? Scientific name niya is electromagnetic radiation that has wavelength of any wavelength. So, walang katapusan po yung light. So, ang light po responsable bakit tayo nakakakita sa ating nakakita ng mga bagay sa ating kapaligiran. Without light, wala po tayong makikita. That's all. Yan po, simple yung definition ng light. So, next is the electromagnetic spectrum. Ano nga ba yung electromagnetic spectrum? Ang electromagnetic spectrum is, yan po yung nag-describes all the kind of mga klase ng mga lights, including those human eyes cannot see. So lahat po ng klase ng ilaw, even yung mga hindi nakikita ng mata ng tao. So ang electromagnetic spectrum po, it is a series of electromagnetic waves na may kanya-kanyang wavelength at frequency. So ano nga ba yung frequency? Ang wavelength. Ang wavelength is the distance measured between the two successive crests. Ang crest po is yun po yung sa wave, 'di ba? Yung parang bundok sa wave, yun po yung crest. Pag i-measure mo yun, yun yung doon mo makukuha yung wavelength. And frequency, it is the number of waves And ang frequency po is also associated with the energy level produced by the electromagnetic radiation or the light. So, pag mas mataas po yung frequency, mas mataas rin po yung energy level na napoproduce niya. So, pag mataas ang frequency po, mas maliit yung wavelength. At pag mas mataas po yung wavelength niya, mas kunti lang po yung frequency niya. So, next is the photographic rays. May apat po tayong photographic rays na na-discuss or napag-usapan doon sa video links na provide. First is the X-ray. It is the radiation having the wavelength between 0.01 to 10 millicrons or nanometer. They are produced by passing an electric current through a special type of vacuum tube. So, alam naman natin po, no ba? Yung X-rays ay kadalasan ginagamit sa medical purpose, 'di ba? Kay yung X-ray po is ginagamit siya kapag gusto natin yung makita yung bone structure natin or yung meron meron sa loob natin ng ating katawan. Yun po. And ultraviolet rays. It is the radiation having a wavelength of 30 to 400 millicrons. It is used to photograph fingerprints on multicolored backgrounds, documents that are altered chemically or overwritings, and the detection of secret writings. So, example po ng isang ultraviolet rays po is yung sunlight. Sunlight po. Yan po ang for example, yung kita nyo itong ilaw na to, may makikita nyo, yan sa welding, isa rin po yung ultraviolet ray. Then next is the visible light rays. Rays having a wavelength of 400 to 700 millicrons. So, yung visible light po, yun yung nakikita natin na light. So, may iba't iba po klase ng visible light. May blue, 400 to 500 nanometer ang kanyang wavelength. May green na 500 to 600 nanometer. May red na may 600 to 700 nanometer ang wavelength. So, too much exposure sa blue po, nasasabi po na nakakasira po sa ating mata. Yan po. At ang visible light po, any combination of all colors result to white. Then the absence of all colors result to wala, black. So, next is the infrared rays. Radiation having a wavelength of 700 to 1000 millimicrons or nanometer. It is used in taking photograph of obliterated writings, burnt or dirty documents, or blackout photography. Yan po. And the colors of photography po. Mayroong primary colors, green, red, blue. Then secondary colors, yellow, magenta, at cyan. Any combination of the primary color po is magre-result siya ng secondary color. Sabi ko nga kanina, the presence of all color is white, and then the absence of all colors is black. So next is the behavior of light. First is the reflected, the deflection or bouncing back of the light when it hits a surface. So may two types po tayo ng reflected. May regular reflection. It happens when light hits a flat, smooth, and shiny surface. Like for example po sa mirror, 'di ba, kapag may light po, may liwanag po na nagre-reflect sa mirror, 'di ba, magbo-bounce back lang po, babalik po yung ilaw. Ganun po. Then may irregular or diffused reflection. This nangyayari to kapag ang light is na hit niya yung rock or uneven but glossy na object. Next is the first, ito ba, incident light is equal to the source of light. Yung incident light is katumbas lang din siya ng source of light. Then diffraction, the bending of light when it hits a sharp edge of an opaque object. What do you mean by opaque? Ang opaque po is yun yung pong object na hindi po makakapass through or makakatagos yung ilaw. Then like for example po ng diffraction, kunwari sa kwarto mo madilim, tapos sa labas ng kwarto mo sa labas ng kwarto mo maliwanag. Kapag may small opening dyan sa door mo, yun yung papasok, diba, yung light sa kwarto mo, and then that's the example of diffraction. Then next is the transmitted. Light enters from one medium to another side. Light can pass through the medium. Yan po yung transmitted. Refraction, light pass or enter from a series of medium. Like for example, a glass of water at saka may ballpen sa loob. 'Di ba? Kapag ang light, 'di ba, pag tatama yan sa iba't ibang medium, mas bumabagal, 'di ba, ang speed. Kaya po kapag ang light po tumama siya sa air, 'di ba? Alam naman natin na babagal tapos pag hit niya yan sa pagdating niya doon sa glass, mas babagal pa siya, at saka babagal pa siya kapag na-hit na naman niya yung water. Kaya po yung object, yung ballpen, ganwari yung ballpen, magbe-bend siya. Ganun po. Pero straight naman talaga po yan. It's just parang illusion lang talaga. Andun lang. Then next is the type of materials as to how they behave to light. So first is ang transparent. The light can pass through the object and the opposite side is clear. So sa transparent po matatagos po yung sa transparent po na material, tatagos po yung light. So kunwari kunwari sa kanang basta yun yung transparent na object. So transparent object allows to transmit 90% or more of the incident light. So sinabi ko kanina, incident light is equal to the source of light coming from the source. So ang translucent naman po, light can pass through the object but not visible or partially visible in the other side. So unlike sa transparent po, ang translucent po is 50% lang po yung inaalaw na light na makakatagos doon sa kabilang side. Next is the opaque. Sabi ko nga kanina, ang opaque is, ang light dyan sa opaque is hindi makakatagos. Then types of lighting condition. May dalawa po tayo, di ba? May dalawa po tayong source of light. May natural at may artificial. So first is natural. Ang sunlight po ang natural. The common and natural light source. So sa lighting condition na bright, object in an open space cast a deep and uniform shadow. So sa bright, parang ano lang din yan siya, yung noon time. Diba yung pag noon, matingkad ang araw, mas maliwanag. Then dyan makikita natin yung shadow natin na napakatingkad din. Sa hazy naman na lighting condition, object in an open space cast a transparent shadow. So dito sa hazy lighting condition is yung yung shadow mo hindi masyadong matingkad. And sa dull, object in an open space cast no shadow. Pag dull, wala na talagang shadow, although maliwanag naman. Then may dalawang klase ng dull. Cloudy, bright. Object in an open space cast no shadow, but object as far distance are clearly visible. Maliwanag ito na condition na to, makikita mo pa naman yung yung object sa malayo, pero wala nga lang shadow. Then sa cloudy dull, object in an open space cast no shadow and visibility of distant object are already limited. So sa ganitong condition po, makikita hindi mo na makikita yung, or malabo na yung mga object sa malayo, diba? Yan yan. Then my second is the artificial. May continuous radiation. Example sa continuous radiation is yung incandescent bulb, fluorescent lamp, photo blood lamp. Then lastly is the short duration. Chemical flash bulb, electronic flash, at yung flash ng ating cellphone. Yan lang po, at maraming salamat. Thank you.